It's time for another cooking video, and today we're going to be cooking Jiggs dinner, which is a traditional dish in Newfoundland, typically served on Sunday nights. It has things like cabbage and corned beef in it. It's a very interesting dish. It is one I have never tried in my life, but I'm looking forward to putting it together. And once again, I am somebody who likes food and Canadian history, and I'm blending the two together, but I'm not really a chef, so we will see how this turns out. But nonetheless, let's begin. Jiggs dinner, also known as boiled dinner or cooked dinner, is a traditional Sunday meal in Newfoundland. There are several variations of the dish, but corned beef and cabbage tends to be the mainstay of Jiggs dinner. Ingredients usually consist of salt beef, which is boiled together with potatoes, carrots, turnips, cabbage, and greens. Pease pudding and figgy duff are sometimes cooked in pudding bags immersed in the broth. I used yellow split peas in the broth for mine. It is said that you can tell that someone is cooking Jiggs dinner on a Sunday night just by looking for steamed-up windows. Condiments for the dish can include mustard pickles, beets, cranberry sauce, and a gravy that is made from the cooking broth. Throughout Newfoundland, there are many family recipes for the dish, and each family can have its own way of making the meal. The vegetables that are left over from the dinner are sometimes fried in a pan and turned into a cabbage hash or corned beef and cabbage hash. As for the name, that comes from the comic strip Bringing Up Father. This strip ran for 87 years from 1913 to 2000, and it featured the character of Jiggs, a working-class man who becomes wealthy after winning $1 million. And while he is newly rich, he keeps his working-class habits and loves to eat corned beef and cabbage, which becomes known as Jiggs dinner as a result. This is the accepted origin of the name, but another origin could come from the love of a good dinner party in Newfoundland. Everyone would come together, dance, and jig in the kitchen while the pot was on the boil, hence Jiggs dinner. The origin of Jiggs dinner itself seems to date back to the 17th century when corned beef was first brought to North America. Root vegetables are easily grown in many places, and these two items came together to form the dish. No matter where it came from or how it got its name, Jiggs dinner is definitely a comfort food for many in Newfoundland. If you enjoy Canadian history, then check out my podcast, Canadian History X, available on all podcast platforms.